Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Ankush here from Alif Consulting. Welcome back in our partner enablement video series. In today's video, we will be going to talk about how to build and manage the virtual machine compliance. Well, compliance is a very important topic, or every organization or every enterprise organization have their own compliance and standard which they need to be follow regarding the security. Each company have their own risks or own security standard which they follow to build the images on Azure, right? Either it's a virtual machine on the Windows or either it's a virtual machine on the Linux, right? The organizations have their own standards, own practices, or own softwares which need to be included in the Azure virtual machines. So that's where you can use the Azure image options, which allow you to create or prepare the generalized image, and then you can use that image to create the multiple VMs or the VM skill set using that image, right? Following the different standard can be a challenge in dynamically scaling cloud environment that is an on-premise system. When teams are using the DevOps practice, that are usually fewer restriction on who can create the Azure like the VMs. That fact that complicate compliance challenges is. So again, if you are giving the restrictions or you are having the restriction in your organization, like there is a specific people will be going to create the virtual machines for you, that's again a challenge because uh, again the person need to manually install all the software, person need to install all the security patches, person need to do all the security hardenings as per the compliance requirement, right? But in Azure you have a features called Azure image, uh, which you can use to basically create your generalized image, and from there you can have and created all of your virtual machines for your environment. And with that one, what is going to be happen by default, all the compliances or all the hardening which you have done in the image would be automatically get replicated inside the virtual machine. And then by using the Azure policies and role-based access control assignment, the organization can enforce the standard on Azure resources, but with the VM3 mechanism only fact that control panel or route the VM and the system is that run on the VM still pose a security threat. Some company prevent a developer for accessing the VM. This approach impairing agility, making it difficult to follow the DevOps practices. Right? By using the Azure policy and role-based access, you still can control the control the resources or enforce the standard on Azure VM. But with this mechanism, what exactly is happening? Like your DevOps practices is not working the way it should work, and there is a difficulty to follow the DevOps practice. So that's where the Azure image, or I can say a shared image, come in place, where you can create your generalized image, your hardened image, or for your operating system like Windows or Linux, and from there you can create your virtual machines to manage your standard practices or the securities. Use case, yep, supply a golden image to DevOps team. A golden image is that published version of the marketplace image. Testing and validating the image before making them available to DevOps team. Tracking which image such each DevOps team will use. Enforcing the company standard with the dragging the productivity without dragging the productivity, ensuring the DevOps team use the latest image version, managing the compliance of pet servers with which are maintenance intensive, and castle servers which are easily replaceable. So these are the some of the use cases for having the VM compliance enabled. Reference architecture. So yep, in the reference architecture you will be going to have a one marketplace image, and then you will be going to capture it, and then you will be going to have it in image gallery, and from there you can have your all of the versioning is created. Although in this reference architecture, that something has been gone through uh, with the DevOps, but in the DevOps to create these things is quite lengthy process. But what you can do, you can have your image already created, and you can have them associated with your DevOps plan or your DevOps team, DevOps code, right? So what are the processing steps? As I told you, that image will be based on marketplace, then image builder customize the image, and then there would be a process of tattooing, tracking image version information like source and publish state, automated tested and validation of image. If image fail in any testing, return to the customized step for repair, process, publish the finalized image, and compute gallery make the image available to the DevOps team. Tracking compliance, that's something you can do with the Azure policy assignment. You can assign the policy definition to the VM to evaluate the VM compliances, and then Azure policy can publish the compliance data of a VM and the other resources to the Azure policy dashboard. From there you can basically manage your, or your track your compliances, and accordingly you can publish the Azure policies on a VM also. Components, yes, there is a few components inside the reference architecture. Image builder is the managed service for customizing the system image. This service built and distributes the image that DevOps team use. Compute gallery help you to structure and organize the custom image by storing the image in repository. This service provide you the controlled access to the image, and user can be within or outside the organization can access the image. Azure policies offer the policy definitions, and you can use the definition to enforce your organization standards and assess the compliance at scale. The fourth one is the guest configuration feature for Azure policy, provide you a way to dynamically audit or assign the configuration to the machine through the code. This configuration generally include the environment of the operating system settings. So these are the components, or these are the I can say the services which are there in the reference architecture. Alternates, yep, there is the alternate. So you can use a third-party tools to manage the compliances, but the type of tools you use usually need to install the agent on the target machine, and you may have to pay a license fee for that. Again, if you are using the Azure policy, that is free of cost. You don't need to install any kind of another agent. It will be going to use the Microsoft Azure agents to monitor the compliance on the VM. Second, you can use the custom script extension to install the software on the VM or configure the VMs after the deployment. But each VMs or a virtual machine skill set can only have one custom script extension, and if you use a custom script extension, you prevent DevOps team for customizing their application. So that's something is you can do it, but still there is the extra fees you need to pay for if you are using any third-party tool, or if you are using the any kind of script custom script extensions that may prevent a DevOps team to customize the applications. Considerations, so yep, there is a few considerations you need to think about it. Scalability considerations, so you can configure the number of replica of image galleries of each image, and a higher number of replica minimize the risk of throttling when you provisioning the multiple VMs simultaneously. For general guidance or on scaling and configuring are the operated number of replicas. Resiliencies, the solution must use the managed component that are automatically have a resiliency on the regional level, right? Pricing, unless you're using a third-party services such as Ansible or Terraform, the approach is nearly free of cost. Storage and egress cost may apply. Other potential charges are involved with these computes like Azure policies, VM image builder, compute galleries. All of them have no charges, but again you might be will be get charged for a little bit amount of using these services, like definition, applying the policies, or having the hybrid approach with your Azure policies, using the image builder, compute galleries like storing the image or replicating the image, or network egress charges will be there to replicating the image. So these are the cost considerations which you need to think about it. Demo, let's move to the demo. So in the demo I already have one virtual machine created, and I can use this virtual machine to capture the image, and from there I can basically have a multiple image definition created for the image which I have captured, right? So to capture the image, it's pretty much straightforward. I need to first have uh, my all the application installed in this VM, and then I need to have a sysprep running on sysprep run on this VM, so that the sysprep can remove all the required configurations or all the required the configurations, like the names, password names, use the computer name, domain join, GUID of the machine, all of those stuff, and then you can click on capture. And once the capture is done, you just need to provide a few informations, like in which resource group it's going to be, uh, wh- where what is the target image gallery it's going to be. You need to select the gallery, what kind of it's going to be, either it's going to be generalized image or it's going to be a specialized image. What is the image definition is going to be, what is the version number, what are the target regions you want to replicate it. So you can have your multiple regions and number of replicas of which you can basically have them replicated across the multiple regions, right? Once that has been done, uh, once that has been done, this is how your image gallery will be look like. If you go into the gray this image gallery, you would be able to see how many images you have and how many version of that images you have created, and from here you can have your multiple images created. So in my case, I have a one definition. I can add more if I want, VM application definition, VM image definition, and from here if I go inside the VM definition, I can see how many images I have, and then accordingly I have that image versioning created inside the image definition and can assign it to the DevOps team. Now if I want to add one more version, I can click and select it and add version, and I just need to specify the few configurations, and then from there I can create more versioning of our image. Oops. Yep. Okay. Just give me a moment. I just have refreshed the page. Looks like something is goes wrong with ground. Yes, I just need to click on select the image and click on add version, and from here I can add all the versioning or add a new version of that image of which is in the image gallery. And then from here, once that image version is get created, I can assign that image version or the image to the DevOps team to build their application or move forward. A part of that, uh, if I go back to the into the image, from there I can basically go ahead and create the virtual machines again, right? And with this one, I can go ahead and create the VM scale set and the virtual machine also, right? I can click on create a VM. I can click on create the VM scale set. That's something I can do by having the VM scale set. Well, that's it in the demo. I hope you like this video. If you like, please click on like and subscribe for more upcoming videos, and feel free to reach us if you have any questions. Thank you.